HARD BREW REVIEWS.
HARD BREW REVIEws.
HARD BREW
What'd you say, Joey?
Reviews.
I'm just trying to see if there's another page of these reviews.
Another page of the reviews? That's what we're for. We don't need other reviews. That's what we do. We review.
We review. You're right. Hey, you're right. You're right. We don't need it.
Joey's literally trying to talk as he's just looking at his phone. Do you think you're some type of god of multitasking? You really think you can do the podcast without even looking at me?
I read human beings actually cannot multitask.
Really?
Yeah, like it's actually like pretty impossible. Like you can't actually focus on two things at once. But tell that to me on the toilet when I do both at the same time.
Yeah. You just must not be thinking hard enough about your shits.
That's true.
Because I think I'm so focused on just like making sure everything kind of comes out okay and the whole process. I'm just so honed in on making sure it goes well that, you know, some people read magazines and, you know, look at their phone or something. You know,
Yeah.
I just got to be fully focused, just kind of staring at the wall, just mind focused on my butt and my sphincter and just like the release of the poo. You know what I mean? Because if I'm not focused on that, it doesn't go properly. It doesn't come out properly.
And this is such a tasteful way to start this episode, but yes, you're right. I mean, I was gonna say poo and pee at the same time, number 3, but that's actually ejaculate, and number 4 would have to be poo and pee at the same time.
Holy
Number
shit.
5 could be 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. Now, have you ever done that?
This may be the crudest we've ever started out on.
Yeah. Who are we? Call her daddy.
And we are outside. This is the first ever HARD Brew Reviews episode recorded outside.
This is a new experiment in podcast pioneering.
Yeah, nobody's ever recorded anything outside.
No, I don't. I mean, why would they? You'd have to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to try anything like this. But you know what? We throw caution to the light breeze out here. You know, and
it is a light summer breeze.
And you know, I think it's gonna work out. I mean, this is definitely an innovation in quarantine podcasting, if not podcasting in general.
Yeah,
and we are 100 yards away from each other.
Yeah,
at least, I would say.
If I squint, I can see you.
Yeah.
I have a series of binoculars here. Just for if I really want to get up close, I'll use a certain pair. You know, if I want to get far away, I have a monocular too, just one, so I can look like a pirate.
Yeah.
All to see Joey, just because he's all the way here from LA where he grew up.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Well, you have all those gadgets over there, Dylan. I'm kind of jealous because you left me over here with this rusty pair of opera glasses.
Yeah,
I can barely see through them. It's like looking at the world through sepia tone.
Excuse me. Well, I actually got sponsored only because I got Q from James Bond to sponsor the podcast, but only me.
What?
So, like, you know how there's 2 of us?
Yeah.
I basically pitched myself to MI6, specifically Q, and he is giving me all of these cool gadgets, basically, but I could only get them for me.
That's wild.
So I got binoculars that serve as, like, a koozie that could also, like, shoot a poison dart at you from, like, 100 yards away, which we are, so don't say anything too crazy to me, Joey.
Wow. Did he mention me? Did they mention me, Q?
Yeah.
At all?
Definitely. They said, never mind.
So they do remember that enchanted summer night we had last
You
year.
and Q?
Yeah.
Yes.
On my sojourn to Britain.
See, I thought that was Q as in QAnon, not Q from MI6.
He's also my friend. Or I just revealed their gender, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Let's edit that out.
Anonymous is at your door. You have a red dot on your forehead. And no, it's not a pimple. It's a sniper rifle about to explode your brains.
Well, it's funny. QAnon and I were old friends from back in the day when we were growing up in L.A. Skipping stones over the Pacific Ocean, trying to hit Hawaii.
Uh-oh. With
And,
stones. Wow. You must have had some stones to be trying to do that. You know
I
what
mean, yeah, and later on, I went into podcasting. He went into whatever computers, whatever he does.
Secrets.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I've heard his name thrown around, but
Yeah.
I haven't really paid attention because it's kind of a sore. I miss him a lot, is what I mean.
Yeah. And what if it is the same? And you've been in a room with. Excuse me. You've been in a room with Q from James Bond, and Q from the Deep Web. You've been in a room with both of them at the same time.
Well, we've been in Brie Larson's room. Yeah,
Holy
like in room
shit.
from room.
And she's not cheese. She's an actress.
Yeah,
Okay. Sometimes I get that confused.
but she wasn't there. It was just the same room from the film Room that we were in.
Oh.
And weirdly, it wasn't the room, but Tommy was also there.
And the room kind of was played a character in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the room from Room was a character in Room, and the room in the room also kind of. There were many rooms in the room.
Yeah.
Is anyone still with me?
Yeah, I mean, I never left, and I would never dream of leaving you.
Okay, all right. Well, that's comforting.
Unless you revealed Q's true identity, and then I'd get as far away as I could from you. Because I'd have a red dot on my head, too.
Of course, I can't do that, but I can say that Q and another famous anonymous person,
Yeah.
Banksy, not too far off from each other, if you ask me.
So Banksy is anonymous, but also is a part of Anonymous?
Yes, and he's also Q anon.
Wow, I'm learning so much. And you did just expose who Q was. So
Hold on, let me dodge this bullet.
Joey, watch out.
Okay, I think they're gone.
Yeah.
I think I lost them.
Whew, that was close.
Thanks for having my back there.
Of course. I wouldn't dream of not having your back.
I am bleeding. I did get shot in the butt.
Yeah,
but
how'd that feel?
Oh, like worse than a bee sting, let me tell you.
Yeah?
Worse than a tattoo. But we can't stop the podcast now. We're gonna carry on. I'm gonna hold this dirty rag you have out here up to the wound, and we're gonna finish this episode.
And we don't, I think our 13 listeners would be okay if we didn't. But I think it just maybe goes to show that's just the kind of person you are. It's kind of like you have integrity to be able to kind of keep going and muster the confidence that you have to just, do your job. Because this is how we make money. Your guys' support, all 13 of you happen to be some of the 1%.
Right.
And that's kind of what I figured we should be transparent about it. We only have 13 listeners, but each one of them are some of the wealthiest people in the world, and they give us donations, and I'm not at liberty to say how much, but I mean, I was able to move into a McMansion with Ronald McDonald himself.
We kicked a whole gang of TikTok creators out of their TikTok mansion, and now you live here.
Yep.
That's wild.
Not as many clocks as you'd think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I saw a Casio over there, but it doesn't really. It's not really making the same noise.
Yeah. Just because of TikTok. Yeah. So anyway, I'm really glad that we are sponsored by you guys. Thank you, George Soros. Thank you, Koch brothers. Thank you.
Actually, Brooks Brothers is actually going out of business. Or they filed for bankruptcy, I believe, and that was after making quite a large donation.
No, Brooks Brothers. Oh no. Oh wait, they gave us money. Oh, I'm sad about that. Now.
I mean, I just don't know where I'm gonna get my
your Brooks,
my ill-fitting collared shirts and cable knit sweaters.
Yeah, is that what they sell? I don't even think I've ever been inside of one.
Well, that really shows that you are of the proletariat. You're not of the ruling 1% class. It's a very high-end men's fashion store. I believe based in New York City. New York City.
So you've clearly never been there.
Well, let's talk about something else. Okay,
you got us these fun little things to review as opposed to talking about anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to talk about the news necessarily, even though we did touch on some topical things.
Let's just get our minds out of there, okay? This is a time for us to talk about dumb shit.
Yeah, it is. And it's time for you to listen to it. So what I got here for us today is a triple power push pop candy. And if you haven't heard of push pop, this was a mainstay from my childhood. I don't know about you, Dylan, but these were the candies that you would push up out of the plastic sleeve and suck on them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hard candy. So
Yeah.
but today we've got a new innovation, new to me anyway, in the push pop world. It's called the Triple Power Push Pop Candy. It's blue raspberry, watermelon, and strawberry push pops all in one container, okay?
Wow.
So
That's a bargain. The new Neapolitan. That's what I've been saying.
Exactly. And, let's hope he doesn't eventually lose the war in Russia.
I want this Neapolitan to win. Let's say that. Not the other one.
Yeah, the short man.
Yeah. Neapolitan. Wait a minute.
So, you know what these remind me of, Dylan? These remind me of, I have mine open already. These remind me of those pens that used to be a thing where you could click the different levers and the different colored inks would come out. Remember those?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Only 90s kids. And that's the thing is that only 90s kids remember those.
Which is what we are. So
Yeah.
Only real 90s kids.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's a lot of posers out there. Nirvana was cool. Okay.
I was alive in the 90s for at least 3 years, and I know that Nirvana's cool.
Yeah, but I can tell. I can sniff out a fake. Okay, I'm a true 90s kid. I was born in 94. I had a few good years. Okay, let's just say that. I started forming memories at least with a year or two left.
And I'm even younger than you, and I remember the Backstreet Boys. I remember Doug, the TV show.
Yeah.
I remember I don't know if this was not Courage the Cowardly Dog. Was that 90s?
I don't know. It could have been late 2000s for all I know, but probably 90 or early 2000s. I mean, but probably late 90s. You have to think.
The Al Pacino film Heat with Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm. Michael
and,
Mann.
Billy Zane. Or no. What's the other guy?
Zilly Bane.
Oh,
Am I right?
That's right.
It's Bane, except he's really kooky and he's really having a laugh as opposed to trying to destroy. Like that scene where he takes over the football stadium.
Yes.
And he's like, I have something to tell you. Why did the chicken cross the road?
And Batman's like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I got rid of the Joker.
Oh, and then the Joker actually sues Silly Bane.
Yes, and this is the second week in a row we're talking about the Joker. So I think we're a little Joker-fied. We're a little fed up with society.
Yeah, I think this is officially an incel podcast.
I don't know. Well, speak for yourself, Dylan.
Yeah, I think this is officially a twisted incel podcast.
Speak for yourself. I'm having so much intercourse.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I hate it.
God can see you. Like every time you do that kind of stuff, it's like, I don't know. He's gonna punish you one day. He's gonna beat your brainless.
I thought that was just masturbating because that's what my parents told me.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just kind of like that's the precursor. Like he once you start masturbating, he keeps a tab on you. He's like, all right, I gotta watch this kid.
He keeps the tab open in Godgul Chrome.
Oh my God!
I got the joke out. I did. It's not a good one, but I got it out.
All right, I think we have to talk about the push pops.
Okay. Well, why don't you open yours up and I'll
talk.
I'll give some I don't know, something.
Right, I put my mic down. I put my mic down.
Yeah. So
do I gotta open each one of these individually right now?
I mean, that's what I did.
Oh my God.
I did it, but I did it before the show started. But okay, so I'm gonna give it a sniff.
How do you even get these off?
I used my teeth. You can pull them straight out. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It's like when you have a pack of ciggies and you pull out the back thing, it just pops right out. It's kind of like that.
Wow. You got to pack these too?
Yeah, you got to slam them against your dashboard and pack them down into the filter.
And sometimes I just do that with my hand, even though I don't have cigs, just because it's something cool to do,
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I do it with my phone just to remember the days when I, blazed the Nick sticks.
All right, so which one are you gonna suck on first? The vanilla, the chocolate, or the strawberry here?
Well, Dylan, I like I said, they're blue raspberry, watermelon, and strawberry.
Okay.
So let's try the How about we start with
I can't get
the
it.
blue raspberry?
All right. If I can get it to go up.
It's a push pop. You push it.
I literally.
I think there's a thing on the bottom you have to take off. The plastic. The plastic on the bottom. I think you have to take it off.
I see it, Joey. All right. It's up. Are we tasting it?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Okay.
I forgot. And I think this is something that you forgot too.
Yeah.
We have no pun.
Oh.
This is the first time we reviewed anything other than something that we've had a pun for.
Well,
What about pop hard, push hard pop reviews?
Perfect.
What were you going to say? I just thought of that because I'm so smart, but like I forgot
No,
that
that's
you
better.
were saying something.
That's better than what I was going to say.
Then it was push hard pop reviews is better than what you were going to say.
I mean, yeah, honestly, props to you. I mean, props to you.
Oh my God.
I was going to
okay.
say snack hard food reviews, which I said last time.
Well,
but
maybe it's in the world. It's in the world of snack hard food review, but this is specifically push hard pop review.
Right. It's a subgenre.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Sorry,
good with that.
Okay. I'm sorry to derail us like that, but we
No.
have some we have standards, and I just don't want to start slacking on them because it's a slippery slope.
It is. It's slick. It's a slick slope, kind of like the ramp that Trump stumbled down. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, out of the news. We're avoiding
what
that.
The heck,
I know.
Joey?
I
We
said
got
I
push
wasn't going to go
pops
there.
to suck our cares away.
Okay.
Suck the mainstream media's influence on our lives right out of our lives.
I just get so sucked and popped and pushed into it.
Mm-hmm.
But
And we all do, and we have to, try to escape every day.
but it's great to have the clarification. So I'm glad you stopped us. Ultimately, all right, let's taste it.
They smell good. Mm. Okay, yeah, it's like a ring pop.
Mm-hmm. I think they might be the same company.
It certainly tastes like it is. Triple power push pop. And I got to think that this must be the blue raspberry. It's blue. It tastes like raspberry. It's got to be the blue raspberry. What are your thoughts?
I think it is. That's why I think, I think that's why I said let's do the blue raspberry first, and then we both instinctually pushed up the blue one.
That's so funny. I wasn't listening, and it's almost as if you didn't say it. That's so funny. But I guess you did. Like, I'm not saying you didn't, but like, to me in my world, it was like I just discovered it was blue raspberry because I wasn't listening to a word you were saying, So
Yeah,
it is kind of like a personal discovery for me.
Right, and I find when I don't hear something, I often don't remember it either.
Mhm.
So yeah. So what would you say about the flavor of this one?
It definitely tastes blue. I'm reminded of
Mhm,
the
mhm.
ocean, maybe the sky. Sometimes, unless it's a rainy day or a cloudy day, and sometimes those can even be blue too. The sky. Yeah, it reminds me of Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, it tastes a lot like a blue Jolly Rancher.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it's okay. It feels good. It smells good. It tastes good. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because I just want to keep sucking on this thing, but
Yeah,
I
it's hard
gotta
to
do
talk.
a fucking show.
I know.
Oh my God, a lightning bug!
Oh, cute.
Wow.
And these are the joys of recording outside. You get to see a lightning bug at dusk.
Get the fuck out! Get.
No, Dylan, don't hurt it. No, don't hurt it.
I got it. It's all good. It was cute. And then I just felt threatened by it, and I didn't understand it, so I destroyed it.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think the blue is really good.
Yeah, I agree. The blue is good.
Should we rate them individually, or should we just rate the overall?
I think we can do both. I mean, like, what would you say? Do you want to do like a wacky review style for each one? Like, we could.
Yeah.
Let's give it one adjective each.
I love your word reviews because they mean nothing.
Well, I mean, who's gonna compare this to other things?
That's true. All right. What would your one word adjective be for blue raspberry?
Sugar.
I think that could be said for a lot of candy. Mine's gonna have to be That's my one word. It's more of a sound, and I did that for the last time we did this too. But I think
It's a good onomatopoeia.
because it's like it's good, but it's more good because it's bringing me back. It's nostalgic
True.
to me, and I'm going
That's a nostalgic one, yeah.
because I'm like, this used to be one of my favorite flavors of Jolly Rancher, and clearly it's not a Jolly Rancher. So don't come after us, Triple Power Push Pop Company. Who makes this?
I don't know. I think they might be all made by the the same people.
It doesn't have. This is strange. Is Push Pop its own brand?
I think it's a subsidiary brand, probably. I think they each probably have their own branding. Like Jolly Rancher has its own branding. Ring Pop has its own branding. I know Ring Pop and Push Pop are related. I can almost 100% say that. And if I'm wrong, you can send all my nudies out, Dylan.
Whoa.
And you have a
personal
lot.
fappening for just Joey.
Right. And you have access to my cloud, so.
I mean, who else are you sending it to but me?
Right. Not certainly.
No, I'm
not-
asking you. I mean, who else are you fucking sending it to but me?
Well, certainly not my girlfriend.
Okay. Good. Good.
Besides you, maybe the dealer from Deal or No Deal. He gets a lot of them.
What's his name?
Oh, I can't.
Manny?
I can't reveal his. Are you talking about the host?
Yeah.
Oh, the host is.
What the fuck is his name again?
The host is Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
Manny.
I had Manny.
Manny Howdell.
I had Manny in there. I got that.
Yeah, you did get that. So.
But you're talking about
Good
the guy
job.
in the. You're talking about the guy in the booth with the phone, and he's
Yes.
the one making the deals.
The silhouette, shadowy figure. Yes. He is the one offering the deals. Yeah, and.
Yeah.
And I was on that show, and I
Wow.
thought I could entice him for a better deal
Mm-hmm.
with my nudies, and it worked. And that's why he is to this day another one of our 1%er billionaire donors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I just would like to thank that guy whose name you can't reveal. It's funny you'd reveal Q, but Banksy, I should say. And
well,
this
that's not
is
really revealing anything besides the fact that they're the same guy. And they actually want you to know that. So
But I think Banksy's identity came out.
did it?
I think we know who Banksy is.
Oh, did I say Banksy?
Dude,
I meant
you're
Moby.
Oh.
And oh, did you think I meant Moby the artist? No, I meant Moby Dick, the white whale.
Oh my God.
And I'll never tell if I mean an actual whale or if I mean like the figurative white whale that we're all searching for,
And there are some
the
levels
ultimate
here.
goal.
And there are some levels here that I don't know if I can quite comprehend, but
Is there something wrong with the audio? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Levels?
I think the government, I think the powers that be are fucking with our chords right now.
That would make a lot of sense considering the ties I have. But
And it's funny because Q is actually Tom Hanks, and Big was a psyop. Oh, I don't think they didn't hear that, right?
no, I don't think so. I texted that to you and you read it out loud, which wouldn't have been good if our audio quality was good. But since the government's fucking with it, I don't think anyone heard it.
Oh, it's funny because I think, oh no, it didn't quite max out, but it got pretty close. So maybe that was a fun little I don't know, kind of like a journey, like almost like a Radio Lab thing or something where it's like I was pretending that something was happening, but like because I maxed out the mic accidentally, it kind of seemed like maybe somebody was fucking with the audio. It's like this weird kind of I don't know, like alternate reality or, kind of augmented reality experiment,
You should be like a Foley artist. You should make sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
You're great. You're great. Oh, is that water dripping? I think you have a leak somewhere, Dylan.
Well,
Is
that's
that a
actually the local horse.
Oh,
So-
a galloping noise. Okay.
So that sucks that you didn't get that. Should we review the next thing?
Yeah, which one do you want to try next? I'll let you pick.
I just chomped down on the blue one.
Oh shit. Oh crap. Sorry.
Let's do the
Excuse
red-
my language.
Yeah, come on, dude. Let's do the pink one.
Strawberry, okay? We're on to strawberry.
Strawberry fields forever is a quote. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Wow.
mean,
And it seems to have really stricken you. You seem
am I filleting the Candyman right now?
yes. I think that's what this toy. I think it's trying to convince. I don't even want to get into it. It's such a deep scheme.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
get
like
what
the
you're
frogs turning the waters turning the frogs gay
saying. Yeah.
from Alex Jones. That
Right.
thing. It's like the push pops are turning the podcasters gay.
And I'm fine with that. That would be, that's fine.
I mean, it's sexuality is a spectrum.
Actually, I just tasted it again, and now I'm not. I'm actually het again.
Yeah,
So,
oh my God.
I think it's every other every other taste. Oh, look, there's a helicopter over
Can
there.
we hear it? I'm going to hold my mic up and we can see if we can hear it.
You know, I will never be caught dead in one of those things.
You probably couldn't hear that at all.
The helicopter?
Mhm.
Maybe not.
You got to compress that part to all shit so everybody can hear the dope-ass helicopter that just flew by. It was definitely a Mark 7600 V flying Heliotron 6000 model C-4 QAB. That's like my favorite kind of helicopter, dude. I can't
Yeah.
believe that you wouldn't want to ride one of those.
Well, they're just I'm scared of them. They're scary. What do you think of the strawberry?
I almost kind of like it better.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Why is that?
Well, I was gonna get to it. Even though blue raspberry is more nostalgic for me, I gotta say that I appreciate strawberry more in my old age. I've matured enough to appreciate past my nostalgic goggles, and I can enjoy the strawberry for what it really is, a superior flavor. So my review is gonna be this. Because I'm
Nice.
surprised and I'm enjoying it. The blueberry was or something like that, something, there's a certain,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my review is
Okay, that's great. You know, I really appreciate that, and I don't know if I agree.
Wow.
I kind of like the blue a little bit more. I think
Fuck
I'm
you, dude.
still holding on to my childhood a little bit in that way.
Yeah, clearly.
And
Not even a 90s kid. You're born in like 2001.
well, I was not. I was born a little bit earlier than 2001, but I have no memories of 9/11. So you do got me there.
Wow. I
No,
fucking
I'm just
don't
kidding.
respect you.
I'm just kidding. I will never forget.
Because you were there and you did it.
Yes, I did all three.
Yeah.
Or four, however many there were.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know because I don't remember.
Mhm.
So the strawberry's good. I had a song that I wrote in college called
Strawberry Fields Forever.
Strawberry Pink, and it was about strawberry cough drops. Strawberry Hall's cough drops, which I recommend if you haven't tried.
I haven't.
They've got a sweeter flavor than the cherry and the menthol. Right now I'm on a honey and honey menthol, honey cough,
Honey.
Hall's cough drop kick, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's all right.
And you would eat those cough drops because you enjoyed the flavor.
Yeah, is that weird?
I mean, if you didn't have to cough, isn't that illegal?
Wow, there's a big moth slamming into the side of your house.
Oh my god. Where'd it go?
It went over on the roof. It like flew above.
Damn, it's like a bat. I hate
Yeah.
recording. I hate being outside, I should say. I was going to
Yeah.
say recording outside, but
Yeah.
But anyway, back to my really good joke. If you eat a cough drop, if you don't have to cough, that's actually illegal.
Well, they have a pep talk in every drop, so I eat them when I am feeling down and I need a pep talk.
And it just kind of like helps you out.
Yeah, it's like having Tony Robbins right in my ear, whatever that guy's name is.
Mm-hmm. That's him. Do
And-
you remember Shallow Hal?
Oh yeah, he's in that, isn't
Mhm.
he?
He's the one who,
Wow.
like, I think puts the spell on Jack Black.
And that's yes, he is, and that's starring Goop Lady as well.
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Goop.
Tony
Yeah.
Stark's wife
Yes.
and secretary.
Right. Yes. Which, not very progressive of him. So anyway, marrying your secretary, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think today we would call her a receptionist or a, assistant. But
That's true.
that's beyond me right now. Okay, so I just want to give my one word review of the strawberry, which
Please.
is gonna be
Wow.
no, that's not it. Sugar.
That's kind of like the other one, though, isn't it? The other review that you did?
Oh, you're right. And I did like this one less than the blue, so I'm gonna say this one is splendid.
Wow. So you're clearly tipping your hand and saying that you like sugar more than Splenda, which completely, wow, excuse me, Morty, completely removes the possibility of us ever reviewing types of sugar sweet hard alternatives to sugar review.
And can you name a few right now?
Splenda. Equal.
Yeah.
Stevia.
Stevia.
Oh, Stevie.
Yes.
Great.
Good job remembering those.
Salt or sugar, not sugar. Sweet salt that's not very salty.
Okay.
Just kind of looks the same. And those are all the ones that I grew up with. But yeah, is there one more flavor?
On this push pop. Push pop. Yeah, it's the what is it? It's watermelon, but it's green.
That's
Like
confusing. You'd think it would be green apple, and I'm actually pretty upset.
Yeah, it's like the whole Skittles debacle where they changed it from sour apple to lime, or the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. But people were mad about that.
Was it on YKS where you're talking about the unit of Skittle? Do you remember that bit?
Maybe. I don't know.
I forget which podcast it was from. And just so you know, we listen to other podcasts. We're not like other podcasters who only listen more to their own. I'm sorry, I keep burping. I mean, this beer is making me very burpy.
Right.
But yeah, they're called Lentils. I forget which podcast that is. Maybe it was Doughboys.
It was one of them. Yeah, it was one of the two.
whichever ones we're ripping off is definitely whichever one we were listening to.
Yeah, exactly. But that's very interesting, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I brought that up and went on that whole tangent because not only did I waste time, but I also revealed that we're posers and we're fake pieces of shit. So
exactly,
and that makes me feel good. It's just laying all my cards on the table.
That's what I loved most about what you said. Have you tried the watermelon yet?
No, and I don't know if I really want to.
I really think you should because
ooh, a cool car.
We
you hear
need
that?
to be. Wow, that is a cool car.
Seems like it never ends. Seems like it's still going almost.
It's like a lawnmower.
Yeah, except like a fast one.
And imagine the size of that man's penis. Ginormous, right? You must imagine.
Oh, so good.
I'm talking about the push pop or the...
I'm talking about the fucking push pop.
Okay.
And it is good.
I never understood, blue raspberry, obviously that doesn't occur in nature. There's no blue raspberries, but this...
just hasn't happened yet.
Sure, but
kind
you're
of a
one of
predictive
these. You're one of these GMO guys, are you?
Yeah, I do. I do love GMOs, and isn't that a type of car?
GTI? Do you mean
GMC?
Oh. Okay, so what I was gonna say is blue raspberries obviously doesn't occur in nature, but watermelon does, and we know for a fact that the part of the watermelon you're supposed to eat is the inside.
The red part. Yeah, the red part.
Yeah, the red part. And for some reason, these companies think they can just make the green one the watermelon flavor.
And it tricks your brain because you think you're getting a mouthful of rind flavor, when in reality you are getting the red flavor. And if I see green, I'm in the mood for rind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just a disappointment.
Because this tastes like delicious, juicy, kind of like voluptuous watermelon.
Right.
Fresh. But that's not what I'm in the mood for when I see green. If I'm seeing green and it says watermelon, I want kind of the stiff, kind of like crunchy, hard to get, kind of plain hard to get rind. It's like, not only does it not taste very good, it's not easy to eat. And it's challenging.
Right.
And I like that about food. I like when it challenges me.
I want to taste the indigestible flavor,
Mm-hmm. It feels really good going down knowing that I will shit it out whole without kind of the stuff in my stomach breaking it down and making it into poo.
Right.
I'm glad to know that it'll either plant more watermelon in me, which then I'll poop out whole later, or it'll just poop the rind out, or both.
That's very astute.
So yeah, I actually like this the least, though, out of all of them. So I'm going to give it a
Okay.
That's my review.
That's great. That's good. I understand. I think I like this one a little bit more than the strawberry, to be honest with you. I'm not sure why I'm so sour on this sweet strawberry.
Yeah, and it's actually making me like you less that we don't agree.
Actually, you know what? I just tasted it again. I agree with you. The green is the least good.
Wow.
Blue is still at number 1 for me.
Okay.
So my one-word review of the watermelon.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. What's it gonna be, Joey?
Seedless.
Whoa. So let me get this straight. It was sugar,
Yeah.
then
N-
seedless.
No, it was sugar, Splendid,
Oh yeah.
like Splenda and Splendid,
Yeah.
and seedless. Okay.
Okay.
I want to do an experiment with you now, and this was not something I planned, but
Oh.
I want you to try all three at the same time with me.
I bit mine all other than the blue one.
Oh shit. Well, I guess this is just gonna be for me.
I can do the green and the blue at the same time. And Joey's really getting in there right now.
I'm spinning it around.
How's it taste? You got to make sure that it, all sides hit your taste buds.
It's just kind of created a very sweet. This is truly sugar. This is truly just sugar.
Yeah, it definitely is just sugar, and it's definitely gonna hurt my teeth.
Well, crunching it like that, yeah, I would assume.
Yeah, I guess I'm just strong. My teeth are strong.
That's sick. I'm so proud of you for that. Okay, so do you want to talk about the beer now we're doing this week? Because this is a normal episode, technically.
Yes, but first I want to give an overall for the push pop.
Oh, yeah, please. And give me your ranking of the three. I think I can guess, but
Okay.
for me, it's blue, red, green.
I think I'm red, blue, green.
Okay.
So fuck you, dude.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, they were pretty good. I'm gonna have to give it overall.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good score.
I guess so. I didn't know what noise I was gonna make beforehand, and that's the one I did. And I'm gonna stick with it.
Kind of a contented sigh, you know. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Yeah. I think we can. One thing we might not agree on the number one flavor, but we can both agree that the green is the least good, and it's not as good.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the rind disappointment. But my overall score for this treat in general, I think, is going to be stimulating. That's my word.
Wow.
I was gonna say tongue stimulating, but I guess I could hyphenate that. Yeah, tongue stimulating.
Yeah. And do you think it was the way in which you went about eating it that made it stimulating, or was it specifically this push pop? Because I feel like you could do that with any kind of long food. You could kind of make it as entertaining for yourself, you know? This way, it is more engaging than normal food. You just put it in there and you bite down and you chew it and you swallow it.
I mean,
But with this food, like all popsicle suckers,
yeah.
it's just a whole different experience that I think is so unique to.
Actually, I think you're right. I think I have to change my score. I think I'm going to change it from tongue stimulating to sucky, and not in a bad way. Sucky, because you have to suck it. Okay.
Yeah, sucky the verb, not the adjective. Okay.
Right.
So we're going to talk about Kolsch.
Ruby Red Kolsch from Genesee Brewery.
And it's so dark out here, I can't even see the fucking can.
Yeah, so the look is going to be difficult. But
yeah, I'm going to have to use my phone.
I'm going to have to use my memory, too. It's going to be terrible. But
feel will be easier because we're outside and we can just pour it onto the green grass.
That's very true.
I have a kiddie pool out here. We could even just like pour the rest of them out into the pool and each kind
take a dip.
Yeah, put our whole bodies in.
That would be good.
And
I think that would be really good.
Yeah, I think we'd enjoy that, and you'd especially enjoy that.
Yeah, I would love it. I would really love it.
Mhm.
So, should I Should I read some reviews?
Yeah, I mean we could. Don't we normally like? Do we do this first? Do we talk? Do we do the reviews first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I literally forgot.
I usually read some reviews from Beer Advocate and then we review it ourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I? All right. Can I just?
Yeah. Go ahead. Do whatever you want.
Joey, it's just all going so fast.
Just do it now.
I want to just take a second.
Just hurry up and do it.
Wow, that was me overblowing it a little bit, but it probably sounded pretty gross for people at home.
Again, Foley artist.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm a method. I'm like Daniel Day-Lewis if he kind of held himself back by his lack of self-determination. But
Sure.
anyway,
Aren't we all?
I just wanted to say that Ruby Red Kolsch is relatively new on the scene. It's a Rochester exclusive beer.
I think it's been around 1 or 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember. You wouldn't know because you moved to LA and kind of forgot it. Left everything behind.
I
so
forgot everything. Yeah.
You weren't paying attention, and
True.
you were kind of so caught up with the kind of like West Coast living, LA lifestyle, West Coast, Best Coast kind of thing that you just like
Mhm.
kind of neglected to look back, which in some cases is good, but you left a lot of things behind. Just for instance, but more importantly, like
You're right.
Genesee
yeah.
beer.
More importantly, yes.
And I miss you so much. And anyway.
Well, I miss Genesee beer. So
Yeah, no, me too. I don't want to talk about this anymore, dude. I just want to say that Ruby Red Kolsch. I'm sorry, Ruby. That was so funny, dude. That was so crazy of me to pretend to be so sad.
it was a good bit. It was a good
Yeah,
bit.
it was so funny, and I just love how I can turn it on and off like that. But yeah, so Kolsch, it's so exciting and it's so new, and it tastes like grapefruits, which is already kind of such a interesting fruit, if it even is one, because it's like a grapefruit. It's like, I mean, just you've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen them. They look like big oranges.
So that's you think they'd call them orange fruit or something, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I just kind of wanted to say that
They're
they're new and I kind of like them, but
They're
maybe,
good.
but we'll see how I
what
feel.
we say. Yeah.
So I guess now that I've taken the time to say that important shit, maybe you could start reading the reviews now.
I can do that. I can do that for you. So
Okay.
on Beer Advocate, sorry, I'm going through puberty. Puberty because we're drinking beer.
Nice.
Genesee Ruby Red Kolsch has a score of 84 on Beer Advocate, and this is good.
Wow.
This is considered the adjective underneath that is good.
Is this the highest reviewed beer we've
This might be.
reviewed on
This-
BA?
This might be. I mean, it does still rank below 31,000 on the overall scores on the website of beers. That is beeradvocate.com.
Wow.
It's got a 4.5% alcohol content, and the average score is a 3.75. Okay, so
Wow.
you guys,
Yummy.
you all know about the brewery that this is from, Genesee, because
Yep.
we talked about it in such detail last week.
Yep.
So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to read a 5 out of 5 review. It's the first one that comes up. It's from April 12th, 2020. It's a 5 in all categories for Corey Foster 412 from Pennsylvania.
Not as cool of a name.
Yeah.
I know, and not to cut you off, but I love to do it. I know that last time we reviewed, or maybe a few times ago, there was somebody named like Death Metal Jesus,
Yeah.
and there was
That's true.
do you remember? That's like the one that sticks out to me the most.
Yeah.
There were some other kind of creative ones too,
Right.
even though I didn't agree with the reviews, and they made me angry, and I became incensed by what they
Right.
were saying. I still appreciated the creativity in the name.
Uh-huh.
And see, this is clearly just this person's name, unless it's an alias, in which case, bro, you could have picked anything. You could have been like Night Diver 76, like.
Well, this person might not be from the age of the internet that we are from, being 90s kids, where we know
Yeah.
that we can choose anything we want. So maybe this is a boomer,
Yeah.
and maybe they thought they had to use their real name, or they used a pseudonym that sounds like a real name, like Stephen King's name, Richard Bachman.
Yeah.
That's one of his pseudonyms. I
No,
think.
his name's Stephen King.
Yeah, but his pseudonym. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I
and-
don't get what you're saying.
And my ancestors are also are buried in Elmira near Mark Twain.
Yeah.
That's actually a pseudonym too. His real name is Samuel Clements.
No. His real name is Mark Twain,
Okay,
because that's what he put on the books.
if you say so.
Okay, I am. I'm fucking saying it.
Okay.
Samuel, what's your real name then? Stoopy Poopy?
It's definitely not Q Anon. I'll tell you that.
Joey.
Because that's Tom Hanks. Oh wait, cut this out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
dude. I just maxed out. Well,
it's all right.
let's throw my computer in the fucking lake. But yeah, keep going. Read this review
Yeah,
from
fill up the kiddie pool. Okay, so
normal fucking guy.
5 out of 5. Corey Foster 412. Okay, so for the
So
price
boring.
point, this beer is absolutely 5-star perfect drinking beer. Not too overpowering, just absolutely delicious. not much punctuation in that last phrase I just read.
Yeah.
Which is kind of makes me a little upset. But okay, so period, and then they say crisp and clean. Period. Smells like grapefruit. Okay, so in that way,
That's true.
I think Genesee is kind of meeting their goal
Yeah.
of smell factor there. Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, if it smells like what it tastes like, I think you're already kind of achieving something greater than you could have, which is just having it smell like it, or
Right.
just having it taste like it. If you could do both,
right.
that's like you got something on your hands there. You know what I mean?
And that is something that this beer has over the push pop, because the push pops,
Yeah.
they have the names of the fruit, but they don't taste like the fruit.
No, they don't. They just taste like splendid, whatever you said.
Right. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's a good callback.
Splendid, splendont. How
Well,
the
that's a
fuck
new
does-
idea.
Yeah, how about that? How about splendont?
That's
Put
what
that
I
in my coffee, you fucking piece of shit.
I actually don't. I use real. I try to avoid artificial sweeteners.
Oh yeah, I mean anything artificial I avoid completely because I don't trust science. You know what I mean? Anything
Right.
new, if it hasn't been established
Right.
and unchanged since around 1850, I don't agree with it.
Which is why you have said many times you'll never get the vaccine for the virus.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, because the
I don't
vaccine is
necessarily
new.
agree.
It's
but
new. It's a new thing, and if it's old, like if it was old, I would do it. But because it's new, I guess not. I guess I won't.
Okay. Well, now that that's in the air, I'll read this this other review. This is a middle of the road review. Okay, so it's a 3.02 out of 5 overall from Utopia Jane.
And this is still kind of like a name, like
Right.
a real name. So still could have
Yeah.
been a little bit more creative, but I do like the first word, Utopia.
First World Utopia.
Because that's
yeah.
that's kind of just like an evocative name. It's like kind of it makes you think nice stuff. And,
Right.
And yeah, let's see what does this person's review say, Joey? Please illuminate me.
So they gave it an overall 3 in every category except look. They gave look a 3.25. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
I just got bit by something out here.
Oh my God! You
Um,
put on the spray,
I didn't put on the spray yet.
Joey.
It's dark out now.
I can light you up if you want.
What?
You want to? I can put my flashlight on you. We can get some spray on you live here.
I'll do some spray right now. You vamp while I spray, okay?
Okay, so I want to suck your blood. It's me, Dracula. I'm vamping. I am vamping. Rah, I'm a bat now. I'm like the scary moth. I can't do the Transylvania. And Joey's over there right now. And here, maybe what I can do is take a picture. And this can kind of be like a fun little bit. It's like I'm going to take this picture and then people are going to, they'll see it kind of when I'm going to upload it and they'll see it. And so like the picture I'm going to upload is the picture that I took when I was saying all of this. So it's kind of like you can kind of see like as I'm reading it right now, like even right now I'm still kind of like explaining it, but as I'm explaining it, you can go to the Twitter because that's what we have, our RHBR_pod. That's where our Twitter is on Twitter, and you can see the photo that I just posted of Joey, and I don't need to vamp anymore because he's here. So
I'm back.
I actually think I'm gonna stop talking, and maybe we can have Joey read the review,
Right.
Because
And
he
I-
just came back from Buck's. Okay,
I'm super disappointed you didn't keep up with the voice, but
I
anyway.
cannot do it.
That's what I
can't do
wanted.
Vamp voice.
Okay, so Utopia Jane from New York says, and now this is a hometown person from New York. At least they're in the
Wow.
right state.
We're from New York, the 7th borough. They say Rochester,
Yeah, exactly. So what's the 6th?
Long Island.
Oh, okay. So Pours Hazy Banana Yellow is what they start out with, okay? Pours Hazy Banana Yellow. The beer has added pink grapefruit, so it is hazy. Creamy eggshell-colored head of foam that dwindled slowly. Creamy eggshell-colored head of foam that dwindled slowly. The nose is grapefruit peel. No Kolsch-style scent either from malt or hops. This smells like pink grapefruit, crackery malt, and a peppery spice.
All right.
Drinks fruity and grapefruity like a Radler. I don't know
Riddler.
what that is. The Riddler.
She's saying Riddler.
Like the Riddler.
Yeah.
Not
Can you read that sentence again and put
Yeah.
the Riddler in?
Drinks fruity and grapefruity like the Riddler.
Thanks, Joey.
Not dry, but a touch of sweet with good crisp bubbles. This is a long review.
Yeah, keep
Crackery
going.
malt and herbal hop.
Okay.
Low bitterness is the only remaining identifier for the Kolsch style. Palate is grapefruit, musk, and citrus.
Elon.
Minty herbs and moderate carbonation.
Okay, this person sucks.
Smells liek. I think they meant like a pale ale or a Radler. Did they copy and paste?
It's funny that they can spell so much of these things, so many of these useless words right, but they can't even spell the word like right.
Yeah,
And I hate
mean,
that.
do a proofread, okay? No DMs, whatever that is. No sulfur. So this beer did not DM Utopia Jane.
Yeah, and she's salty about that, clearly.
Right. She was ghosted.
No DMs,
no-
first of all.
No DMs, no sulfur, no diacetyl, diacetyl. Yeah.
And I hate when that's in beer, because that's a dinosaur, and dinosaurs aren't supposed to be in beer.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
A diacetyl is supposed to go extinct a long time ago.
Right. So it does have a decided lack of hop mouthfeel despite all the fruity flavor, so I liked that.
Mouthfeel, she should eat one of the push pops, am I right?
Yeah, that feels great in my mouth.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So malty, not hoppy finish, right about where the delicate fruity ester form yeast appears seductively in the Kolsch is the snet, I think they meant scent, foppin cone. Okay, so kind of got a little off the rails there at the end.
What the fuck are they saying?
I think this is beer people talk. This is beer people language.
Is this what we're gonna turn into? Is we're gonna start talking like Utopia Jane?
You know, that was the goal, but I really hope not. I really hope not.
I think my goal is to convince people that knowing about beer is stupid, and drinking it, if you are able to, and it's legal for you to, a little sidebar there, it's way sicker to drink it and enjoy it than it is to talk about it.
Yeah,
But
especially when you're like dealing with pterodactyls and all this shit. I don't care about that.
Yeah, and the other thing that she said, the Riddler,
Yeah.
that's scary.
I don't want to be talking about these mass villains, these mass mayhem causing guys.
And see, my thinking is that she knew we were gonna read. She knew that we were gonna read this review because she's heard the other episodes, and she was like, they've talked about Joker. They're probably gonna talk about Joker again, which we already did. So she's psychic already.
And we did talk about Riddler last episode too.
Oh my God, this is why. Then that's it. Then that's exactly what she's doing. Utopia Jane listens. She's one of our 13 listeners,
Right.
which means she is elite.
And this review is from 2018.
Yeah, I mean, she must have known that we were gonna have this idea. I'm telling you, she's
The Riddler time travels.
yes, and
Yes. Which is why you said Morty.
yeah, that's why I've been saying Morty so much. And not only is just because I've been burping and haven't had the restraint to move my mouth away from the mic. It's really just because I was foreshadowing this little bit here that we're doing, kind of like Jane foreshadowed our podcast. I mean, beer, the Riddler. How more on brand could you be for us?
Right. Exactly.
Jane knows this, and she knew this, and she was right. So,
And hopefully she will, with this power, create a utopia and truly become Utopia Jane. So I'm going to move on to this last review here. It's a bad review.
okay.
In quality and in numbers. So this person is called DanX_42 from New York.
Dan X _42. Do you think it's Danks?
Maybe. Oh, that's
And then maybe
smart.
like 42 is like 420. Maybe he's like trying to be
Oh
a
my
little
God.
like secretive. It's like, I smoke weed, but I'm not going to make it as obvious as I could. It's just going to be like,
Right, in case my mom sees my beer advocate profile.
she's going to be like, Dan X 42. Who's that? Your favorite football player? And he's going to be like, yeah, Mom, that's my favorite football player.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, why don't you get out here, you freaky bird?
That's my favorite football player, isn't it?
Isn't it?
And they're
right?
talking about soccer when they're saying that.
No, I mean, actually, this kid specifically was talking. He's a big America-phile, and and he was talking about football. That character I was playing was a British person talking about American football, but just saying football. It's a deep character. You wouldn't. I'm not going to get into it now just because it's pretty complex.
It's
but
definitely beyond my scope of understanding.
it's like, hey, I'm talking about football, and everybody else is like, oh, well, who's your favorite football player? Is it Messi? Deborah Messi?
Ronaldo.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, My favorite football player is Reggie Moss. I changed his voice. And they're like, he's not a football player. And then he walks away. So that's kind of the character. I can flesh it out a little bit more, but it's just like a character, a British guy who really likes America and walks around talking about football, and he's really talking about football. But anyway, why don't you read the review from Danks _ 420.
Okay, and they are from New York, so correct state again.
Well, for me, for you, it's Cali, but
Sure.
you're a visitor.
This
here.
is from May 18th, 2018. Their overall score is 1.
Wow.
Look 1.5, smell 1, taste 1, feel 2.5. Not sure why they thought the feel was so great and not the taste, but okay. Yeah. Okay, so it starts out, this stuff is pretty disgusting.
Uh-oh.
I love Jenny, but this is definitely not good. Tastes like a combination of Ocean Spray Ruby Red grapefruit juice and some beer. Oh, sorry, I forgot the accent. Not very subtle.
Yeah, thank you.
Yuck. And that's how it ends.
Could you just like throw like a yuck mate?
Yuck, innit? Yuck, mate.
Yeah. I think the mate tracks with our audience a little bit more.
Brother.
We do have one UK listener. Thank you, Boris Johnson.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And also, we don't support Brexit, I don't think. I'm from America, so we don't kind of have to know stuff that's going on in other countries because we're so cool and so smart and so organized and on top, and we'll never not be on top.
Yeah.
Because we're so good. We're so fucking good.
America, you mean?
Yeah, America's so good.
Especially right now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely not in the pit of hell that we created for ourselves or anything.
So Danks didn't like this, Dylan. What do you want to say to Danks if they're listening?
I just think I'd want to say watch your back.
Okay.
The other thing I'd probably say is I'm coming for you.
And this is parody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Kind of like Weird Al. Kind of like Weird Al.
Yeah. I mean, it's not I could make it into a song.
And can you do that right now?
Yeah. Let's see. I find myself on Beer Advocate. Danks 42 says to me that he doesn't like Genesee. Dun dun dun. And I said that I'm gonna come to his house and kill him in his sleep. Because he didn't like Ruby Red Kolsch. Ruby Red. I'm gonna fucking kill you over Ruby Red. Ruby Red. Joey, take it away. Ruby Red. Throw some riggedy roos in there.
Riggedy
Yeah,
Ruby
like Jack Black.
Red.
Ruby Red, yeah.
Okay, so now that we've shown everyone that we are in fact amazing musicians
And doing parody.
yes, I think we can move on. Okay,
Should we do our reviews
We
instead of reading other people's?
we
They
should
don't
do
have
that.
podcasts. Probably we're the ones who do have the podcast.
Right.
So I figure maybe we could use that to
It's
review
so-
some of them.
Right, it's so rare that anyone has a podcast that I think we should use this power
Yeah.
that we have to review it. Yeah,
Especially in 2020, and I think it's such an important way to use our platform is
right.
talking about useless shit. But yeah, so I think if I look at Kolsch,
yeah. Look, yeah.
and maybe I will take out my flashlight. I was going to use the laptop light to illuminate what's going on here, and I'm excited to post this picture that I took of you because I just saw it. I just looked at it, and it is pretty good.
Good. I mean, I'm very photogenic, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so the Kolsch, you're a beautiful boy, Joey. The Kolsch, let's see, Ruby Red. It has a little sailor guy on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. I didn't know there was a correlation between sailors and like grapefruit. Do you know the history behind that?
I think they discovered the grapefruit, sailors did.
Oh my God, you said that like Yoda. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on my wisdom tone.
They found the grapefruit sailors did.
That's drunk Yoda.
I'm fucking wasted. I fucking am.
It sounds like Kermit, like drunk Kermit.
It's a fusion. They fuse together.
That's true.
It's
I remember reading about that. They did fuse together.
I think it would just maybe Jedi Kermit, but the Yoda has to be maybe just Yoda Kermit Yoda.
And can we talk about Yaddle a little bit?
You mean Yoda's side piece?
Yeah, that's who I mean.
Because you know Yoda and Luke are fucking. They end up
Right.
together in the movie. I know him and Leia are like a whole like, oh my god, you're my sister, but we fuck, which is gross. And they do the
Right.
same thing in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and then
disgusting.
And then in reality, it's Yoda and Luke who end up together. But
That's why Luke cries when Yoda dies and fades away.
yeah, and that's not something that they want you to know.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
That's not something that the powers that be want you to know is that Luke and Yoda actually end up together, and I ship them.
Yeah, have you seen the deleted scenes?
Oh, baby, I live in those scenes.
Yeah.
I
They
live where they shot that.
On Dagobah?
Mm-hmm. I spent a few summers in Dagobah and my parents kicked me out.
Working as like a pool boy on the swamp side?
Yeah, I mean,
you're like, hey, no running on the banks of the swamp.
It's crazy how accurate you were, because that's
But
literally.
I guess that'd be a lifeguard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really guarding life as much as I was just maintaining the energy of the sacred.
The Force.
Yeah, the Force. You could call it that. Mitochondria. You could call it that.
And Mel Brooks would call it the Schwartz. The Schwartz.
Yes, from Spaceballs.
Yes.
Why didn't we just do a Spaceballs podcast, Joey?
We should have, yeah.
Fuck.
Every
it's such a-
episode is like a 30-second increment of Spaceballs.
I think I want to base my personality around Spaceballs, like I was in 6th grade again.
Hey, well, listen, my nickname in college was Pizza the Hut, so
No way.
yeah.
Oh my, that's actually been my nickname my whole life.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought it was just because. Well, never mind.
Well, it's a small world, and that's why we're friends.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ruby Red
Oh,
Kolsch.
you thought it was because you take chunks out of your own body and eat yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
So this
That makes sense.
So the sailor, I guess we did figure out through that conversation exactly precisely why sailors are on the cover of Ruby Red. He's carrying a little bit of, and it almost looks like he has no hand. This man is,
Oh, that's spooky.
maybe he got his hand chopped off by a
Scary.
whale or Moby Dick or something, who we already referenced once.
Yeah.
We referenced, it's like a callback kind of because we referenced him already.
Good job.
Thank you. So yeah, it's like some weird yellow bottles on there, probably Kolsch or whatever, and then he's holding a grapefruit and he's smoking a pipe. Edgy, content warning, smoking.
Oh, yeah. This is not G-rated. This is at least R.
If there are kids listening to this, you can listen to the beer podcast because we clearly say that you can't drink if you're underage.
Right, we do say that.
But this isn't a smoking podcast, so I'm a little. Do I have any jurisdiction to tell people whether they shouldn't or should or shouldn't smoke? I'm gonna say yeah. Don't do it. It's bad for you.
Never
And this sailor
smoke.
is not a good example.
Yeah, that's a bad example for kids seeing this beer that they're not drinking. Yeah, he's carrying what looks like a platter of beers, right?
Yeah.
Are those beers? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it looks more like water bottles. They're a little long.
Yeah.
Looks like Gatorade bottles.
I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Yeah, he's not. He's also not seeing where he's going. He's kind of has a Brock from Pokemon kind of thing going on in the eyes.
Sure,
Can't really
yeah,
see.
maybe he's just closing them. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like clearly you're in motion. Nobody's
you wouldn't-
standing still with a bunch of Gatorade bottles in their hand.
Yeah, you wouldn't be so irresponsible as to take your eyes off the precariously balanced beers or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty sketchy.
And he's holding what appears to be a big red bowling ball, but I think that maybe is supposed to be a grapefruit.
Yeah, and it looks like it could be an orange or a bowling ball or even a Dragon Ball. But
Yeah.
I think it is. A grapefruit.
Okay, I've never seen one that big, proportional to a person, so that's why I ask.
I think the sailor is a small king.
Yeah, he's a
Short king.
He's a short king
Yeah.
like myself. Yeah.
So how many flaws you got?
We're at the same flaws. I'm gonna say this is
It's 12.
Okay, yeah, 12. It's a
So-
can, standard can.
So I have 12. You have 12.
Right.
It says always drink responsibly.
Right, which we agree with.
Yeah.
This is a special edition beer. It's a special edition. It's got a yellow outer. The color is yellow.
Yeah, the outer. Just the kind of the outer piece there.
And it's got some like a grapefruit print on it that is orange or red,
And that's fun. It's like a wallpaper almost.
Yeah, it's almost like a wallpaper.
It's like a wallpaper.
Yeah, and you know what I just thought of? It kind of looks like a
wallpaper?
Whoa!
No way. Let's
Knock on
marry
wood.
each other.
You owe me a Kolsch. Yeah, and the logo is white and blue and red. Yeah, it's a good-looking can. I've always kind of liked the way
Sexy.
this can looks.
It's
yeah.
definitely fucking hot.
It's unique. It's nice. It's sexy.
And you know what? You know it'll listen to you. You
Yeah.
know, it's like it's cool, but you know that if one-on-one, like it'll kind of lower its defenses and be more real with you, even though it may be in a public setting. You know, might seem a little too cool for you. Like I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I've just met some people who, you know, treat me like dog shit in public, but then I get one-on-one with them and they're really caring and open. And I feel like this can makes me feel the same way.
Yeah, I agree. I really agree. It's a gorgeous can. So
Fuckable for sure.
Yeah, what would you give it out of 5 for this can?
And I'm glad we're back to numbers now. I don't trust numbers, but I'm comfortable with them in this.
That is
capacity.
canon. Yeah, that is canon.
I don't trust them and I'm afraid of them, but when they're small enough, I think I resonate with them just because I'm like a blue collar guy. I'm gonna have to say, Ruby Red Kolsch, way more eye popping than the normal Genesee can. I'm gonna give it that.
Oh yeah.
Yellow, not one of my favorite colors. Used to be.
What happened?
I grew up, and I fucking hate the sun. You know, sometimes we just move
That's
on.
canon too. Yeah, we have established that too.
There are no walls outside, and and the sun can just kind of beat down on you, and that's why I don't really leave. But I am gonna give this probably I'm gonna give it a 3.75 here for look.
Wow. Okay.
And we'll see. I
That's
might
fair.
change that to a 4 depending on how I feel. If we keep recording and I feel like changing it, I will. Because I can do that. Because I have the power to do that. It's my fucking. It's our podcast, but you know.
Totally.
It's like my, you know, yeah. So anyway,
I think I understand.
Yeah, it's mine. So yeah, I think.
And it's mine.
Yeah, sure. Like he wishes it was his. Hey everyone.
What's that? What's that over there?
Hey everyone. It's
Dylan,
actually
what are you saying?
just
Are you
my
just
podcast.
whispering?
That's why Q, the James Bond guy, sponsored me instead of Joey. Is because he knows that it's my podcast.
Okay, you're clearly saying something over
What?
there.
Oh no, I was talking to the sailor on the can actually because he started moving and talking to me, and I was just kind of saying, "Whoa,
Wow.
you're a character on like a can. You shouldn't do that."
And are you on drugs? Is that why? Is this
Oh yeah.
okay? All right.
I'm
So
fucked up.
good. I agree.
What's your review?
I think it's a good can. It's a sexy can, as we say. It's a smashable can in more than one way, and I think I'm gonna go with you, buddy. I think it's a 3.75. That sounds right to me.
Wow.
Yeah,
And we're best friends because we agree. And I
Exactly.
love hanging out with people that I agree with and no one else.
it's like when we swing on the swings together, and we swing in the same area, and it's like we're married.
Yes,
it's like that.
we hold hands and we're singing
Yeah.
songs together.
And we put rings on each other and make vows.
Yes, ring
so-
pops.
You're right. Yeah, better than these push pop bastards.
Mhm.
So, oh shit! Now we can't review those. Fuck. Okay.
Oh, fuck, dude.
I'm sorry. The next category is smell, and I am, I'm gonna open up a fresh one here because we did not do the can opening yet.
Oh, my God, I forgot.
Are you near the end of that one where you could open a new one?
I'm going to open a new one just because.
Okay. All right.
But I have to.
Yeah.
And I will drink both of them. All right. Here, let me get this situated. I forgot. That's like my bit.
That is,
forgot
yeah.
about it. Morty. All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, 3, 2, 1. Wow, and that maxed out not only one but both of our tracks.
Hey, you're editing this one, so.
Holy shit. There's not much to do, thankfully.
Okay.
Because it's all lined up. We don't have to worry about the lag because we're face to face.
I did just decide that right now. We didn't discuss that before.
Fuck.
Well, I can do it. It's fine.
No, I'll do it. Fine.
Okay, so are you gonna
Talk about it.
say
Oh my God! I just heard some gunshots or some fireworks. Anyway, this is more important.
either or? They sound the same to me.
Yeah,
Karen.
it's all the same to me. The ace of spades.
It's all rock and roll to me.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell? Every hardworking American knows that sound.
That was awesome.
Yo, Billy.
I thought you were going to say, what's the matter with the Kolsch I'm wearing? What's the matter with the Kolsch I'm drinking?
I will never fucking forgive myself. You alley-ooped that to me.
Yeah.
And I whiffed
tried.
it, and you had to recover the ball and score yourself. Because I'm not even kidding you. That was a stroke of genius.
Thank you.
What's the matter with the Kolsch I'm wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, Joey. Billy Joel would be proud.
I hope so.
And he's in heaven. Yeah, he's dead.
And he still donates, though. He's still part of our donor
His
program.
estate donates.
Right. Yeah. Billy Joel, dead at the age of 105 of not COVID-19.
Yeah.
Of trying to swallow a billiard ball.
Mm-hmm. And he thought that because he was so old and all of his pipes were so loose because he's so old.
And he sings so much.
Yeah, and he sings so much that he could just slip a pool ball right down there. But
well, rest in peace, the piano man.
Yep.
So anyway,
every hardworking American knows the sound we did.
We got to do the smell now.
Yeah.
So give her a sniff.
All right. Wow. So your noise there is unexpected because I am loving how this smells.
Yeah.
What's your reaction? Because it was a little bit of a
No, it's an interesting smell. It definitely actually does smell like a grapefruit. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there are like grapefruit essence in this. Like there's actual grapefruit in it. So that makes sense. It's a very acidic fruit. So it gives it a very acidic smell.
definitely.
It's and I hope that doesn't sound too much like a beer snob person thing to say, but
oh my god, the crackery adjunct flavor of the Scandinavian
the
hops.
corn husk adjunct, yeah.
I hate it all.
So yeah, it's a good smell. It smells like what it is. It doesn't smell like a typical stinky beer in a can.
And it would be weird if it didn't smell like what it was, because it is what it is. You know what I mean?
And part of taste is smell.
Yeah, and part of being what things are things about them, and one of the things about this is that it smells the way that it does because it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what you were touching on. I just wanted to make sure that the listeners at home kind of internalize that, because if things didn't smell the way that they smell, they wouldn't necessarily be the things that we thought they were, because the things that they are would smell like they do. But if it doesn't, then it isn't. You know what I mean?
I love when things are the way they are, and because of that, they are those things.
Yeah, and they have qualities of the things that they are.
Exactly.
And that it's just like so cool when that happens.
I love it.
It's just like a lot of things in life are that way. But
yeah,
I mean, we could talk about that forever. Maybe like a whole other separate podcast just dedicated to talking about that. But
we're gonna have to. What number would you assign to the smell?
It's easily, in my opinion, the best smelling beer we've smelled. And I almost think that if we keep going down the route of popular ass beer, which we will, because it's the point of the show, it's going to be tough to beat this one.
I agree.
I'm going to have to give this 4.8 out of 5.
Wow.
And maybe I could retroactively change that, but
we always can.
Because it doesn't, we make the rules, baby.
And now that we have the spreadsheet from Steve, we can edit it. So
yes, and he will be keep updating that, or else I will send my attack squad after him. Just kidding,
MI6.
love you, Steve. Don't feel like you gotta do that. But yeah, so I would have to give it a 4.8. And like I said, I might go back and change it if we review another beer. Like all of a sudden, if did we do Bud Light Lime yet? No, we haven't.
No. Well,
that's what we should do. Maybe that one will blow us away. But
yeah.
That's like the only one I could think of. I don't really know. This beer is, I'm gonna be sad to go back to beer that doesn't. And it's not even like I love Kolsch. It's just definitely a step up.
Yeah.
From the fucking trash that we drink.
Right.
So 4.8.
It is. I'm gonna say, it is gonna be hard to beat, which is why I think I'm gonna give it the only score you can give it.
Yeah.
That can only be beaten by one other score.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to give this a 4.9 repeating.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so it's almost a 5. It's almost there.
I can't believe you just had to one-up me so bad that you did that.
Yeah.
What
are you doing in the corner?
I'm taking a piss.
You're actually peeing, and I want you to hold the mic up to it.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, are you afraid of a little splash?
A, that I have to put my mouth near it, and B, I just,
We're not that kind of show.
I mean, we could be. We should put it behind the Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm just wearing these very like tight wind pants right now,
Uh-huh.
and I really kind of have to struggle to
Right.
get this piss out. Right
Well,
now.
luckily they're moisture wicking.
No, they're actually moisture loving.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't wick as much as it hugs, and
Okay.
they stay wet for days, even if I put
Gotcha.
them in the dryer. So
Well, we
hopefully I
should-
don't get any pee on. Oh, it's all over me.
Is it really?
No.
We should have more
Morty.
conversations while you're peeing.
And I've looked at you in the eyes this whole time.
We've been looking at each other. I'm looking at your face. I can't quite see your eyes, but
Well, good.
so yeah, for smell, yeah, 4.9 repeating, yeah.
That's
so,
good. And you had to one up me, like I said, so bad that you just did that. But no,
Well,
I respect it.
I mean, I could have done it before too, but I chose to be respectful,
yeah, sure.
So we should move on to taste.
All right.
How about that?
All right.
How about that? Catch me outside.
How? And we are, and I am catching you outside.
How about that?
How? I mean, it's crazy. Normally, this shit happens inside.
Yeah, and on two coasts.
Yeah. It's just so funny how the world works. But yeah. So what is it again?
Taste. We're gonna talk about the taste of the beer.
All right, you
that
go
we're
first this
reviewing.
time.
Okay.
We just sipped at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good taste. It is a and it smells like piss out here. Not really. But
It'd be. I mean, I probably could.
it's a good taste. It's definitely a grapefruity taste, but you can taste the stank of the beer underneath it.
I think that is just my piss. Actually,
I'm tasting the piss
I
stank
think I got a little bit into your can
in
somehow.
my mouth. Yeah.
I Kobe'd some of it right into your fucking mouth hole. Kobe.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a grapefruity flavor, but it's kind of like, it reminds me of a White Claw, which we did review, where like it tastes like the flavor, or
Yeah.
it tastes like the artificial flavor that you want it to taste like, but it also has that stank of malt liquor underneath. This reminds me of a malt liquor beverage, but like not as light. Obviously, it's got a
Mhm.
little more heft to it because it is a beer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a fuller body. It's like a better tasting
Yeah.
seltzer. Am I crazy? Am I wilding out?
No, I don't think you're wilding out. I do think it is heavier because it is a beer,
Yeah.
but it is similar in the lightness and the airiness. I do agree with you that
Okay.
it is seltzery.
So I'm going to take one more sip and I'm going to decide on my number.
Okay, so Joey's sipping and then he's going to decide on his number. So you just sipped and you're going to decide on your number. You're deciding on your number.
4 even.
Wow. And we all knew that 4 was an even number, but thank you for
Yes.
that clarification.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh,
you knew.
like 4.0
Yes.
is another maybe way you could have.
4.0 repeating. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. That's a respectable score.
And I won't explain.
Damn.
Why.
I mean, I was on the edge of my piss covered seat, waiting for you to explain. But
Well, I think it's great. I don't know. I think it's a very good taste, although I have an issue with the acidity.
Yeah.
A personal issue. I have poor stomach quality. I have a poorly constructed stomach and
yeah,
small
thanks
intestine.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, death metal Jesus. Only someone so metal could do that to me. But I kind of respect them for that. But it's a
For fucking you up so bad.
right. It's a great taste, but I can't give it a 5.
Mhm.
I can't give it over a 4. So that's my review of the
I
taste.
feel you. You know, I have similar feelings about the acidity. It's the same reason why I think historically I have liked Starbucks coffee over Dunkin' Donuts coffee, because Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and this is tipping my, and some maybe one day we'll do I don't know, rock hard bean reviews or something and talk about coffee. 'Cause we don't even need to change rock. We could change it to like, This is for another day.
Yeah,
But either way, I'm tipping my hand a little bit in terms of reviewing coffee, but
You wouldn't have to change brew either.
yeah, I guess not. Bean hard brew.
That's perfect.
And I do forget what I was saying.
You were saying the acidity
Yes.
reminded you of the difference between Starbucks and Dunkin'.
And you're a great listener, Joey. And
That's what I do.
I value you for that. And I see you and I thank you for that, because I would have been lost in a sea of my own grapefruity piss.
You're so welcome.
If you hadn't saved me. But yeah, so basically, I feel you. That's why I don't really like gozas, the really sour, but like a sour beer. Historically, unless it's like some small craft shit, I usually don't like those. But this, I don't know. I think this year specifically, last year the batch, and all the listeners out there, if you're legal and you've drank Kolsch, tell me if you agree. It's way more grapefruitier this year than it was last year. I'm telling you, Terry.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's way more grapefruity than it was last year.
What's up with the grapefruity flavor?
I can't believe it's so grapefruity.
Comedians in cars drinking beers illegally.
Yeah. In some states, it's not illegal. We just got to go to those.
As long as you're not driving.
Yes, but yeah. So basically, I do like it. I think the acidity does hold it back for me too. But I'm gonna say, like I said earlier, it's gonna be hard to beat this one.
Yeah.
And for that, I think I'm gonna have to give it a. I'm gonna give it a 4.3.
Okay.
Not quite 4.5. Definitely not quite 5. I like grapefruit, but it is a very specific flavor that I don't know. Sometimes I'm in the mood for, sometimes I'm not.
And unlike you, I have no problem with you giving a higher score than I.
Yeah, no, and I only do that just because I'm insecure, basically. But I would never admit that on like publicly. It's just
Fair.
If I'm talking to just you, I can admit that.
Fair.
Ooh, got some RV or ATVs over there.
I truly think there's something like moving or it's a lightning bug. I heard something moving and rustling in the leaves, and it is a lightning bug.
That shit's scary. We are outside, and it kind of adds the whole element of like anything
Fear.
could happen to us out here,
Yeah.
And we're both sweaty men, so I feel like bugs are already naturally attracted to just kind of our overall.
Bugs find us very
vibe.
attractive. Yeah, they love us.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of like a Shallow Hal kind of thing where the ugly fatzos become really sexy.
Yeah, and you're saying these mosquitoes must have spoken with Tony Robbins recently.
Yes,
Okay.
I can't believe that this is the second time we've mentioned Shallow Hal on this podcast, and
Second or third, maybe third.
and also Joey, I'd just like to say, we're sexy fatzos.
Yeah,
We are thick kings,
thick kings.
but
yes.
we're fucking hot,
I think so.
and you should,
I don't think anyone would say otherwise. I really don't.
And if you do tweet at us, hashtag ugly hard motherfucker reviews.
Yes.
Hashtag ugly hard motherfucker reviews, because that would be us. But yeah, is there one last category?
And don't tag us because we'll definitely check the hashtag.
And I will cry.
Yeah. So we got feel and we got overall. So
All right. So I think we just got to pour some of it.
okay, let's do it.
It's kind of hard to hold the mic and pour it. I'm trying to do that right now. I've got it propped up on my shoulder here.
I put down the mic.
Yeah, that's a kind of an amateur kind of podcasting move, if you ask me. It's kind of all about the recording. But yeah, so my first impression is, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't really in the mood to have something poured on my hand. Sometimes when we do this, I am, and that definitely colors the review. This time, because we're outside, maybe I'm kind of exposed to, all the elements already, and
Sure.
and maybe I'm just a little bit more sensitive to things. Just
Further stimulation.
Yes, exactly. And I wasn't necessarily hot. Sometimes when we do this, I'm hot. I also feel like it's sticking to me a little bit more than usual, and I don't have anything to
Yeah.
wipe it off on other than the grass.
Yeah, I did it on my pants, which are also these pants love liquid. So they're
Liquid
a little
huggers.
damp, but I think maybe the actual grapefruit pieces in there are making the natural sugars that is causing the stickiness you're feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty sticky. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these other beers are, they're on and off, but this one is seemingly sticking around a little bit longer.
This might be its weakest category, to be honest.
Without a doubt, this is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You hate to see it.
Just because I feel so incensed and so passionate right now, I'm going to have to say that I'm disappointed in Genesee, and I just want you guys to know you make fantastic beer, and I'm very proud that you're working helping the economy from where I grew up and where I live and where Joey visits sometimes, even though he grew up in LA. But I just want to say that, like, you know, I appreciate what you do in terms of flavor and in terms of smell and in terms of look. But frankly, the feel you got to work on, especially with Kolsch. I'm gonna have to give it a 1 for feel. I'm appalled. I'm disappointed, and it's still I'm still sticky, and I'm uncomfortable now. So
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Are you a mind reader? Because you read my damn mind.
Wow. And no, I'm not. But I just know you. But what's on your mind, Joey? I'd love to know.
What on my mind is exactly what you said. No further
Oh my
analysis
God.
needed. 1 for feel on this beer. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry that we both feel that way.
I'm sorry too, and I think we're gonna have to send a letter of apology to this sailor guy.
Yeah, whoever the sailor is, he just better watch his back. Kind of like the other guy I was talking about. The other guy was parody, the real human being, but this cartoon character, yeah, if I see you, I'm literally gonna fucking make you bite the curb and stomp out your fucking teeth, you piece of shit. If you want me to pour, like, if you make beer, you're expecting people to pour it on their hands to test the feel.
Yeah.
So I would just maybe encourage this sailor man who makes the beer himself and distributes it in Gatorade like water bottles.
We can only assume, yeah.
You better just come correct, my friend. Make it a little less sticky, but that's all I gotta say. You just better watch out.
That's great. So now we're gonna move on to our final category. It's gonna be our overall scores.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words about Ruby Red Kolsch from Genesee Brewery?
No, I mean, I kind of just said it. Great job. Other than the first of all, other than the bugs outside.
Yeah.
And other than the
That is their fault too.
yeah. If they didn't make their beer so damn sweet, maybe all these bugs wouldn't want to eat us. But you know, great beer. Thanks for doing it, Genesee. Look, I love you. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for keeping all of us drunk in Rochester, my friends. If you're over 21, Morty. I just want to say, Morty. Oh man, and I don't do this on purpose. I'm not even really that big of a fan of the show. I just do like to reference it when I burp like that because I just think it's, I don't know, just kind of funny. You laughed, so
I laughed, and it's because of the show. It's definitely because I love the show, and not because it's funny when you do it.
I'm just reminding you of it, but yeah,
right.
my overall. Why don't you go? Why don't you give your overall first?
It's hard, you know. I love Genesee. I love this beer. It's not that hard, you know. It's a good beer. We maybe shouldn't have put feel last, but you know that's the way we do it over here.
That's the way it's done.
Because Beer Advocate does it that way, so that's the way we do it. And that's, you know, that's not our fault.
No.
If we have to end on that, but I'm going to try to put that aside, and I'm going to think about all the other previous categories.
Yeah.
That, you know, it just knocked it out of the park with them.
Mhm.
So overall, again, I'm going to give this beer a 4.2, I think.
Wow.
And it's not just because of Danks _420.
Yeah.
It's also because I think that's the appropriate score for this beer. It's a great beer. It is. I can't say it's my favorite. I'm not a big grapefruit guy, but
yeah.
this is a good beer. It's tasty. It's refreshing.
Mhm.
It's something you can drink on a hot day for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can crack one of these open after mowing the lawn, and you're not going to feel like you just ate a meal.
That's
you know?
true. That's 100%
It's
true.
a very drinkable beer, but it also has a lot of flavor, unlike a lot of drinkable beers.
Mhm. I love flavor.
I think 4.2 is appropriate. You
Mhm.
know,
Thanks, Danks. Even though you said it wasn't because of him, or you did say it was. See, I'm what you'd call a bad listener. You're a great listener. I'm a pretty terrible listener.
it was that was part. I mean, I do
Because it's in his name, you know, Danks 42. It's like 4.2. It just, maybe there's some collusion going on. I don't want to like point out anything too crazy. It's kind of like another Wayfair scandal here going on. But I just didn't know if you and Danks 42 were kind of like in cahoots or
And
anything.
that accusation is definitely at the same caliber as the Wayfair thing going on. Yeah, it's definitely the same level of crime,
if not worse.
if not worse. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna add on a little bit to that score just to disprove that. I'm gonna say it's a 4.25.
Oh,
So 4.25.
Okay. And I'll just be keeping tabs on Danks_42 just to see if he changes his to Danks_4.25 just to see. Like, I trust you, but I'm definitely gonna keep up with that just to see.
And go ahead and have Q from M16 track his IP address or their IP address.
It's MI6. Joey, you clearly never seen Bond.
Oh, I was talking about your friend who is a sentient gun. He's an M16 and he's a computer whiz.
A sentient gun who's really good with computers?
Yeah, it's a semi-automatic M16 gun who gained consciousness and is a hacker.
This sounds like the new Adult Swim show that's going to get canceled after Trump wins again.
Yeah.
Because we don't need that kind of commentary.
Hey, hey, we can write it,
I'm making myself laugh here, and that's good, because if you can make yourself laugh, fuck everyone else. That's what I always say. So 4.25, that's a good score.
It's a great score.
It's maybe the best. I mean, not like literally the best score, but in my kind of opinion, it's one of the, if not the best, just because
in terms of quality of the score. Yeah.
It's just like cool. 4.25. It's kind of like a little bit more, has a little bit more character than a 4 or a 4.5 or a 5.
Or even a 4.2.
Yeah, because a 4.2 is a little bit too alt. 4.25 is like a quarter. It's like normal. It's mainstream. It's accessible.
Normcore, like the way we dress.
Yeah. Jerry. So I'm going to have to say that this beer tickles my fancy. It shivers my timbers, and it sparks my plugs. It wets my whistle. It fills my pump. It puts wind in my sails. It tucks me in at night. Tuck 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 tuck. That's the sound of tucking. Yeah. Yeah, I think
I should be a Foley artist.
You should. And you said that I should, but I think you should.
Okay.
I'm going to take one more sip, too. Yeah, boy, Marty. I'm going to have to give it... I fucking hate myself, dude. I just say fucking hate myself so much. I'm going to give it a 4.2.
You bastard.
And I am actually in cahoots with Danks, and this was a test, and I clearly we're proud of you for not giving it away, because we are all in cahoots. Danks is actually one of our biggest supporters, but
biggest donor in the 1%.
Thank you, Danks.
Thank you very much, Danks.
And I'm actually and I've never admitted this on the show before. I'm pretty tipsy.
Hey, that only adds to it. I'm not, but
well, you better keep drinking, Joey. Anyway, I think that's the show. We're at a good 92 minutes right now.
Wow.
We should stop.
Okay, bye guys.
We should fucking stop. All right, goodbye. Do something else. If you've listened to all this, go outside. Just kidding. Listen to more of our show. Please, wait, should we say the other shit? Rate it and review it and shit?
What do you mean?
That's what when I listen to other podcasts, they're always like, if you could rate and review this, that would actually be like huge, and like leave like a comment. That would be like so big for us, like, because it's like super important that people listen to this. That's like what they do.
I mean, you should do that if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. You can do that very easily. So why not? I mean, it's like if you're our friend, you'll do it. If you want to be our friend, you'll do it, and if you enjoyed any of this, you'll do it. So I don't see why they won't.
That's true. And if you don't, I don't know, just watch your back. Just kidding.
Tell your friends. Okay, good night, guys.
All right, goodbye. Goodbye.
HARD BREW REVIEWS.
Hard Brew Reviews.